A statement that was made by Bloomberg not too long ago is causing a stir in the professional world of finance. They are forecasting a significant increase in the value of XRP, claiming that it may explode above the number of $60,000. The bold assertion was made by a Bloomberg advisor who compared XRP to Bitcoin in the banking business. This statement comes directly from the industry expert. Bloomberg's business experts have shown their acceptance of this idea by giving it their stamp of approval. Consequently, we are not only speculating here. The foundation for this is the insights that come from a reliable source. The speculation that the value of XRP may skyrocket to an astounding $60,000 is slowly but surely gathering momentum. Following closely on the heels of Ripple's public revelation of their intention to position XRP as the cryptocurrency of choice for the banking sector, this comes as a result of the fact that Bitcoin symbolizes the cryptocurrency market in general. It's not just idle chatter or casual remarks. These are real. It has been brought to the attention of the public by a Bloomberg advisor during a live television broadcast. In addition, the recent relationship that Ripple has formed with the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, often known as ISDA, is a significant step forward. In order to manage transactions with a staggering value of $1.2 quadrillion, they want to make use of the XRP ledger. It is possible that in order to manage such quantities, a base price of about $10,000 per XRP would be required. Today's video is jam-packed with features, and we are going to delve deeply into all of these recent changes. Good day, members of the Moneyside family, your reliable source for anything and everything pertaining to XRP. In order to become a member of our community, please give me a proper smash that like button, press the subscribe button, and turn on alerts before we dig in. Aside from that, after we reach 60,000 members, we are going to be giving away an incredible amount of XRP. It is not difficult to enter the competition. All you need to do is follow these 3 basic procedures. Therefore, you should make sure that you accomplish all of that. Put a hashtag like Moneyside in the comments section to ensure that you get a slot. The anticipation that Bloomberg has generated with their forecast that XRP might potentially reach a stunning $60,000 in a relatively short amount of time is the subject of the video that we have for you today. To get things started, we are going to introduce the groundbreaking idea that Ripple is forming major collaborations across a variety of financial and institutional landscapes. Earlier in this video, we discussed the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, often known as ISDA, as well as Ripple's ambitious aim to manage more than $1.2 quadrillion. The fact that we have been largely concentrating on changes in Europe and North America, however, means that this is only the top of the iceberg. The reach of Ripple's effect, on the other hand, surpasses these locations by a significant margin. It would be a mistake to ignore continents such as Africa, where Ripple is making great progress. Through its partnership with sitio, Ripple intends to change the process of making payments across borders into Africa. This effort is not limited to the African continent. Rather, it is intended to enable transactions between Africa and a number of other regions that are of significant importance. Imagine a world in which Ripple's platform enables smooth international payments not only between nations in Africa but also between countries in the Gulf Cooperation Council, the United Kingdom and Australia. This degree of global financial interconnectedness has never been seen before, and in today's action-packed film we are going to break down all of these fascinating changes. Come with me as we explore even more into this intriguing subject. The financial news outlet Bloomberg, which is a prominent participant in the industry, has brought up the possibility of Bitcoin, and more specifically, XRP beating Bitcoin on many occasions. The narrative in question is not new, rather it is a recurrent theme, particularly with regard to their reference to the price point of $60,000 for XRP. Even while some people would consider this to be recent news, it is not. Previous speculations have been similar to this one. But.UADI has established that Forbes, another behemoth in the financial news sector, once published an article with the headline, "The new Bitcoin is XRP, and it's headed to $59,472. This is a stunning example. Bar.UADI has established that Forbes, another 47. Bar.UADI has validated this information. It's interesting to see that this item was removed within a few minutes after it was published. There is more to this information than simply rumor. This assertion has been validated by a number of artificial intelligence systems, such as Chat, GPT and others. The alignment that can be seen in these reports is something that is extremely significant. Both the Bloomberg research and the Forbes piece, which has since been removed from the internet, hint to a trajectory for XRP that is comparable to one another. This trajectory shows that XRP might not only compete with Bitcoin, but also potentially surpass it. When one considers that Bitcoin reached its all-time high of almost $60,000, this is a big development. A compelling new dimension has been added to the ongoing conversation regarding the potential value of XRP as a result of the confluence of these observations from reputable financial sites. It is of the utmost importance to investigate the fundamental factors that lie behind these audacious predictions. What are the reasons that reputable financial publications such as Bloomberg and Forbes, albeit for a short period of time in the case of Forbes, are predicting such a colossal surge for XRP? It is not enough to merely speculate about this. This demonstrates the rising trust that people have in the market for digital currencies, and more especially in the potential role that XRP may play in that market. Having a solid knowledge of the one-of-a-kind role that XRP plays within the ecosystem of digital currencies is essential. When compared to Bitcoin, which is frequently seen as a digital gold and a store of value, XRP is establishing itself as a facilitator of transactions that take place across international borders. Through its relationships and technology improvements, it is working toward the goal of making international transactions more expedient, less expensive, and more effective. It is especially important to keep this in mind in the linked world of today, when international commerce and finance play a significant role. Furthermore, the technological foundation of XRP, which is powered by Ripple's blockchain technology, is built for scalability and speed, so eliminating some of the restrictions that Bitcoin is subject to. Because of this, XRP is an appealing choice not only for individual investors but also for financial organizations who are aiming to simplify their processes. It is not simply a statistic that is being bandied around about XRP reaching or beyond $60,000, as we see when we read forecasts of this happening. A reflection of the potential influence and value that XRP might bring to the global financial system. This is a reflection of the concept. XRP should be regarded not only as a different cryptocurrency but rather as an instrument that may bring about revolutionary change in the realm of finance. As we continue to observe the development of digital currencies, it is abundantly evident that XRP is an indicator of the future. It is possible to construct a picture of a vibrant future for XRP by considering the congruence of insights from Bloomberg and Forbes, as well as the technology breakthroughs and strategic relationships of Ripple. It is of the utmost importance to highlight the pattern that we are witnessing in the financial news business, particularly with regard to the instance of the blocked AI-validated Forbes article about XRP. Even though it was only published for a short time, this article was shortly withdrawn. Certainly this is not a unique occurrence. There is a pattern that we are observing in which financial news sites, particularly those who have extensive links to industry elites, publish groundbreaking pieces regarding cryptocurrencies such as XRP, only to retract them shortly after they have been published. This gives rise to inquiries on the factors that led to these unexpected removals and the subsequent quiet that followed. The effect of this phenomena is not confined to Forbes alone. When it comes to the comment that the Bloomberg advisor made on XRP, we are witnessing a situation that is quite similar. The fact that this information has been broadcast and verified does not change the fact that it appears as though there is a purposeful attempt to minimize or even silence it. Reports and publications that cover XRP are being pulled from public access, which is developing a pattern of censorship and secrecy around the cryptocurrency. What is going on behind the scenes is something that one can't help but think about. Could you perhaps explain why there is a reluctance to keep these conversations regarding XRP in the broad public eye? One of the most prominent examples of this is the fact that BlackRock has submitted the iShare XRP Trust ETF. However, despite the fact that this was a momentous step, it did not receive the attention that it earned. The fact that such a significant financial institution is taking moves toward accepting XRP ought to be top news. Rather, it is being eclipsed by this pattern of removal and quiet. As a result of this pattern of omission and silence, there are more questions than there are answers. What are the repercussions that these activities brought about? What are the reasons for this effort? To block the general public from becoming aware of these critical changes in the realm of cryptocurrencies, particularly with regard to XRP-related matters. The fact that many confirmations are pouring in concerning BlackRock's participation with XRP only to have these claims suddenly be disregarded as incorrect is a fascinating turn of events that we are watching right now. This is in spite of the fact that respectable sources, including as the press page of the state government of Delaware, have provided unambiguous confirmation that an XRP ETF trust company was submitted by a BlackRock advisor. However, not long after that we